land of the free, home of the brave. So many times we say things that we don't mean. So many times we've been conditioned to believe the things that aren't true. So many times we take the hand of the oppressor. No matter if you call it apartheid, slavery, it's still oppression, you know? And one of the things that I don't understand is that why we keep being silent. Don't you realize that your fate is sealed? Either way it goes, if you open your mouth or you stay silent, it just may take a little longer. You know, I was watching this movie last night, 75-year-old woman, but they didn't know she had been a martial artist way back. And she was so good that she surpassed her husband in her skills. And so this Japanese master taught her all kind of things. But no matter how good she was and how many matches that she won, she had to cover her face because nobody wanted to see a master of karate or anything like that beating grown men, okay? Especially if they were European and they thought that they ruled that particular art. So one day, after she had won a very important match, and she was fighting underground, so it was dirty. They couldn't get to her. They were scared of her. They killed her husband with bats. So she decided she was never going to fight again. She was going to remain silent like we do. You know, home of the free. You feel free? Don't pay your mortgage. You feel free? Don't pay your car note. You feel free? Go out there and tell that man who's over everything how you feel. No, you won't do that. And I don't know if that's cowardice or what. You know, I tend to stay in the lane that, you know, probably won't be a multi-millionaire, but I'm already a millionaire because in some ways, when I have an opportunity, I try to do something because silence in the face of injustice dishonors oneself, community, and the representation of being a human being. And that is not counting. Most importantly, we dishonor the ancestors. But I didn't want to come in here with talking about injustices and silence because y'all know this already. But I wanted you to understand that we are acting just like generations past. And you can't let that happen. You see, there's been a crack in the armor. Nobody wants to talk about white supremacy, but that's the supreme law in the land. We know that crumbling civilizations crumble. The crumble begins in the inside, not anything outside. Okay? It starts in the legislature, in the courts, in the Oval Office, the police. Okay? It starts in the very places that's supposed to protect the people that they serve. But they stop protecting those people, and those people do not protect themselves. They start protecting their welfare. So we have a crack in the armor of supremacy in this land because now the two people who came into office together are fighting. They're fighting like black people do black people. Oh, yes. The two most powerful people probably, they say in America today, which is not true, because the real powerful people, you will never know them. But the ones that we give for show, the puppets that they put out there, they're fighting. Because one is egotistical and the other one is probably, I won't say it. We know if somebody's from somewhere else, their loyalties don't lie here first. Okay? Black people have been fighting for this country since they came here, and that was way before the Europeans. That was probably way before anybody was here. We've been fighting for this country, but we have less than any other group. And that's not because of being a product of your environment. That's not because you're not smart enough. It's because it's been a concerted effort to hold you down. Because you were kings once in another land, and you came here as the same. And what happened? The same people that you helped and fed and taught how to be clean, not have animals live in the house with them, are the same people that subjugated you. They stole your artifacts. They stole everything from you and put their stamp of approval on it and said it was European. But, like I said, there is a crack in the armor. And right now, I would say we need to help them like they help us turn against each other. Now, most people don't know what I mean. And maybe that's a good thing. But I'm going to tell you something. This is something that we all need to face right here.
America is so sick that it elected a president with 34 felonies, but brothers who come home from jail can't get an apartment. America is so sick that Bruce Jenner, who won the decathlon in 1980, transitioned into a woman named Caitlyn, killed a woman with his car, and 4 months later was named Woman of the Year. America is sick. America is sick because they did not mind electing a narcissistic sociopath when they had the option to elect a qualified black woman, and then think black women gonna come out and march with y'all March 4th. I wish we would. America is so sick, they are now trying to shut down the African American Museum at the Smithsonian because it makes them feel uncomfortable. How you think we feel watching everybody else get reparations? How you think it makes us feel still being judged by the color of our skin rather than the content of our character? How you think it makes us feel? America is so sick that it elected a president.
That's real. So the next time you stop by the police or you're confronted with a smiling face and a pat on the back, remember that's the same one who is jealous and envy of you, but you can't see. You're probably dead before you flee. But this is not the time to take a knee. No, 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 no. Nor is it the time to enter a guilty plea. It is time for us to be free, and in the mind, but mostly in the spirit. Because that's where everything is. They think we got a racial problem. I say we have a moral problem. And morality isn't in the man that says he is so pious, he is so religious. It's in the people of the land. The people that's supposed to be governing, actually, the people of the land, have no morals. Not unless you're talking about financial. And I'm talking about when they talk about finances, they put that ahead of the people that they serve.